Hey, good morning, Kinship Youth. It's Pastor Greg, man. I got my thought for the day. Well, morning where I am, anyway. So my thought for the day is this. Wait with your eyes open. So what do I mean by when I say wait with your eyes open? Like, sometimes when we're praying and we're asking the Lord to do something for us, or we're asking for a breakthrough or something like that, in the process, before the breakthrough happens or before the prayers are answered, we can get impatient and we'll get discouraged because we'll think nothing's happening. Because we'll be like, well, I prayed for this, I've been praying for this, and I don't see nothing. So this is why I say wait with your eyes open, because if you're waiting with your eyes open and you're truly faithful and you're truly believing that God is God and He's going to make stuff happen, you'll be surprised at what you'll see in the process of getting to the end goal of what you were needing that breakthrough for. So, for example, like with Joseph, right? Joseph had a dream, you know, all his brothers would be bowing to him and all that stuff, right? But then it was, 17 years later before that actually came to pass. And during the process of that, he ended up thrown in a pit, thrown in jail, accused of rape, all type of stuff, right? But he stayed faithful through all of that. And he could have looked at it like, man, all the Lord keep doing is putting me in jail, and I'm having all these hardships. But no, all through it he stayed faithful, right? Because he was waiting with his eyes open. He knew that if the Lord said He's going to do it, it's going to come. And while he was waiting with his eyes open, all these different opportunities came for him. Like, he was in control of Potiphar's whole house, right? He ran everything. When he was in jail, he was still waiting with his eyes open, because even while he was there, he was interpreting people's dreams and, you know, and giving people guidance and direction and stuff. And then he spoke to the Pharaoh and interpreted Pharaoh's dream and stuff, right? He was waiting with his eyes open. He did not keep his eyes shut to what the Lord was doing in the midst of what was supposed to be promised to him, right? I think sometimes we're waiting for the breakthrough to happen or the prayer to get answered, and we just kind of completely shut ourselves off, and we don't acknowledge anything until that thing happens, that last breakthrough comes through. It's almost like when, not too long ago, I cooked some cookies in the oven, right? And usually when I make cookies, man, they be like the best thing ever, right? They be nice and soft and great and tasty. So this last time I was cooking them, and the reason they're usually tasty is because I'm meticulous with it. Like, when I put them in the oven, I set my timer. I cut the light on in the oven so I can keep an eye on them, making sure they ain't getting too hard and all that type of stuff. So this time, I kind of took my eye off of them. I kind of went into the other room and started ironing my clothes, doing different stuff. I got busy, and I wasn't paying attention to the process of making the cookies. So they cooked too long, they got hard, they wasn't that great. You know, and the wife gave me a hard time. Like, usually your cookies are the bomb, these are horrible. I'm like, you know, I wasn't waiting with my eyes open. But usually when you're waiting with your eyes open and you're cooking something, you usually checking the oven every few minutes, making sure everything is cooking right, because you can't wait until this thing comes out, this end process, this end deliciousness comes out. It's the same thing with life, man. If we're not paying attention and waiting with our eyes open, we'll miss stuff. So I want all the youth to be thinking about that. Like, what is it that you've been praying for? What is it that you asking the Lord to move in? And don't just wait until you see that end thing come to pass, because if He said He's going to do it, He's going to do it. Wait with your eyes open and pay attention to everything else. The process, right? There's a process to this whole thing. And if you pay attention, you'll see it. Like, you'll see the little things moving. You'll see the little things happening, right? The last example I got is when the Lord put it on me and Mimi's heart to start this nonprofit and start this ministry. Like, in the vision I had and the dream that I had, I saw a building where the teens were just coming through the door. They're checking in at the little kiosk and going to all these different classrooms. We had different breakout rooms. We had a sanctuary. Then we had all these breakout rooms where kids were learning different things. Bible studies were going on. Life skills were being taught. All these things were happening, right? But that's the end result, right? So if I wasn't waiting with my eyes open, I wouldn't notice how we went from meeting in our living room every week to now we're meeting at a building. We got more space. We're able to do more things, and how we barely had money to do anything, but somehow the Lord keeps on making a way. Even though we don't have donors and sponsors and stuff, He keeps opening doors so that we can be able to do stuff for the kids, put on events for the kids, take the kids to youth camp, all that type of stuff, right? All these little things you don't notice unless you're waiting with your eyes open. Right? So don't get discouraged because you don't see the breakthrough in a day or a week or even a month, even a year, right? Look at what is happening though, because the Lord is still working behind the scenes. He is very active, and if you're waiting with your eyes open, you'll see that stuff. So I want you guys to be encouraged. Like I said, wait with your eyes open. Stay blessed. I love you guys.